Here we go, everybody. Welcome into Hump Day. Hope you are all well. We're nearly there, you know. I know it feels like it's the middle of the working week, but we're nearly at the end of Wednesday. Wednesday's the day before Thursday. Thursdays are Fridays in disguise, and Friday's the start of the weekend. So we are almost there. Let me have your ratings out of 10 down in the chat. How are we on this rather fine Wednesday? How's the weather where you are, by the way? If you're in the UK, there's a lot of snow around at the moment. It started falling where I am. Hopefully, it won't interrupt internet connections or power supplies, or we're in a world of trouble. I'm hoping that you're having a fabulous fun wherever you are, whether we're on a work break, whether we've got a cheeky day off, whether we are pretending to work from home and we've got me on another screen. You are most welcome. Thank you for joining us. Plenty of you in already. Let's just do a little roll call and see who we've got with us. AM13, first in today. Welcome in. Talis, with some misplaced belief that we're going to sort the season out. Or is it? We'll get to that in a moment. Isaac Lockett is with us. Welcome in, Isaac. GB is sending in the greetings. Talis, down in Kent, cold and snowy. Well, hopefully we're going to be able to warm you up a little bit with a stream, because we've been busy. I'm not going to say any more than that at this stage. We've been incredibly busy. Now, bizarrely, I've come back for today's stream. We're going to stream 1 till 3, just like we normally do. And we've only got 3 games of the season left to play. And we're on game day for our third from last game of the season. If we can get through those games relatively quickly, and I say that, but we have got important business to do today, of course. We're going to be voting on more of our best ever French players to appear in the Premier League. And I don't know about you, the squad is starting to look mighty fine, if you ask me. A World Cup winner in goal. 2, potentially 3 World Cup winners in the defence. I don't know about Frank Leboeuf. Was he part of the squad at France 98? He could well be. But we've got that on the back burner as well. But if we get through our games relatively quickly today, we're going to start talking about who we're going to try and keep in our squad, who we're going to try and release in our squad, how we're going to try and accustom for the fact that we are going to have a radically reduced budget for next season, and we are going to start putting together a hit list, which is difficult to do because at this level, as soon as you bid for a player, 400 other clubs all go in. But we can at least try, and we're going to try and set our DNA for next season. What are we looking for? What are we going to try and create as kind of like the bedrock of our Kingstonian DNA? So all of that is to come. More people are arriving. Got no games with us from the Emerald Isle. Happy hump day to you, sir. Talis, you are so right. The midfield. What on earth are we going to do about the midfield? My plan, Talis, is we kick the midfield into the long grass until Friday. And today we're going to pick our brace of wide players. So don't drop them in the chat just yet, because I will surely just lose sight of them. But we're going to try and come up with a left midfielder, left winger. And we're going to try and come up with the same over on the right today. And then on Friday, we're going to pick the 3 players in that central midfield. And the options are, quite frankly, alarmingly good in the centre of midfield. So, welcome in Got No Game. Welcome in Darren Taylor as well. Cricket season in a month. And the snow is a-falling. That's typical of this rather fine nation. And regular guy beaming in from, correct me if I'm wrong, regular guy, Brian, we're in Pennsylvania, aren't we? Is that your neck of the woods? It's got to be 8:05 in the morning. Are we breakfasting? Are we ready for the work day? Have we got a cheeky day off by any chance? Hope you are well. I think we best jump in, hadn't we? I think it's time. Let's get over to the game where I have been working hard behind the scenes. Because let's face it, come on, hands in the air time. Raise them if you've got them. Last stream was a disaster. An absolute unmitigated catastrophe of epic proportions, the likes of which Football Manager 23 has rarely seen so far in its rather brief game cycle. I came back last stream with the previous stream having already been desperate for form, having been away and done a lot of data analysis for a forthcoming video I'm making for the manager's seat and tried to change things up. And if anything, I think it might have made things work. Work? No. Worse. Significantly worse. So I went away and I spoke to my two spiritual guides when it comes to Football Manager. That is Isaac Lockett, the king of data himself, and Mike over in the Azures, our absolute favourite tactical Sherpa who guides me up my tactical Everest. And, well, they asked me some soul-searching questions. I mean, Mike made some pretty strong points. During the last stream, I was calling, before it happened, the goals that the opposition were about to score. And he raised a rather valid point. If you can see what the opposition are doing to you, why don't you react and do something? And I said, Mike, I suffer from tactical myopia, inertia, paralysis by analysis. I don't know what to do. So we broke it down and he said, okay, well, if this is happening and the opposition are doing this to you in real life, what do you think would be the right thing to do here? So we chatted and he said, okay, so why don't you just do that in game? And so I've been away, cancelled the tactic, wiped it clean, stripped it bare. And Isaac was a big one championing in the corner that we need to make it a more streamlined, less complex tactic because the players at this level, quite frankly, are limited at best. So we've gone away and done just that. We'll show you in a moment what it looks like. But here they are. They're still arriving. John Roberts, afternoon from snowy Norwich. I'm not a million miles from you. I'm not in Norfolk. But I'm not a million miles from you, John. The snow has just started falling. Got a game thinks LaBeouf may have started. No, did he? Started the final as Laurent Blanc was suspended. Got no game. If that is correct, your knowledge of France 98 is quite frankly enviable, and I'm very jealous. Brian's with us. Correct. 8:05. A breakfast sandwich and deciding which task to tackle first. I tackle nothing, Brian, until that breakfast sandwich has gone down and maybe a cup of tea has followed it. Talis, you see someone being in 11th place, even up. Talis, quite the Poirot down there in the chat, aren't you? Wolf Tracks, everybody's favourite sporting director, is with us. Wolf, tell me how the DC area is today. Have you got wintry conditions like we've got over in the UK? Wolf, by the way, I know your sister is in Cambridgeshire, isn't she? Not a million miles from where I am, even though you are all the way over in the DC, Virginia area. She must be reporting snowfall, I would imagine, out there. Good to see you in, Wolf. Darren, it may just be that the players are just not good enough. Even Guardiola couldn't win with poor players. I don't know, he's trying with Jack Grealish and Calvin Phillips. Controversial. Apologies, Manchester City fan. Salty B. It can't be Weatherspoon's time already, is it? 1:10 on a Wednesday and you're in a local hostelry enjoying some lunch. Salty B, tell me what we've ordered. Tell me what we're washing it down with. Create the ambience for us, Salty, if you would. I would love to get a little feel for your lunchtime antics. And Talis, for Frank, this is on his wiki page. He was mainly a substitute. France 98. He stepped in for red-carded Laurent Blanc to play in the final. So we've got ourselves 5 World Cup winners, I believe, plus Eric Cantona, I would say. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Rook, Here from bed with a raging headache. You have our condolences, Rook. Hopefully my nonsense won't make the headache worse. Hopefully a little bit of rest and recuperation might be what you need. Darren Taylor loves Grealish. He single-handedly got Miguel Almiron playing like a world-class player. How's he done that, Darren? How's the Grealish had an impact on Miguel Almiron? I'd love to know your answers there. And Salty, it's a small all-day brunch with a pint of, brace yourself, Doom Bar. You're on a cheeky work alcoholic beverage at lunchtime. Well, Wednesday afternoon's going to simply fly past for you, isn't it? Anyway, Talis, my good man. Well, let's show you the tactic, first of all. It's stripped back to basics. You'll see, like, down the side here, a lot of the complex instructions have gone. We've still got bits and pieces on some of our players. We're asking some of them to do a little bit more, and we're giving them some specific instructions. I even went in, by the way, to our... How do I do this? How do I show you this? I went into our opposition instructions, and I removed every single one of them and built it back up. Well, that's not showing it. Built it back up from scratch in order to try and make it a little bit more streamlined, I guess. Streamlined. Now, I am panicking a little. I am panicking a little about my opposition instructions. Why haven't they transferred over? Brace yourselves, everybody. Let's have a look at this nonsense. Okay, we're going to have to put them in again. So we're going to leave the midfield, we're going to leave the defence completely alone. And we are going to trigger the press on midfielders. In fact, this is how I prefer to do it. So let's leave all of you. We will trigger the press on wingbacks. And, of course, we will do it on DMs. In fact, from this point forward, we will press, and then tackling, we're going to go, you young scoundrels, very hard, and we will also, if it will allow me, mark these little scoundrels as well. Let's get into the central midfield areas where, yes, you guessed it. Oh, I wish that would carry on copying there. There we go. And we're going to do the same in the attacking midfield trios as well. Not that many teams play with 3 attacking midfielders. We perhaps won't tackle them hard. I don't want to give away free kicks. We've conceded a lot from indirect and direct free kicks, I should say. We also need to show him onto his right foot. And where is the left back? You onto the left foot. I know that means that we're showing them onto their stronger foots. There's method in the madness. We're trying to force them down the line rather than allowing them to cut in. And of course, for wide players, we might actually be forcing them onto their weaker foot as well if they're inverted or inside players. So hopefully that all makes sense. And then that should be set up for the next game. What else we got here? You're all bumping in. I've missed no end of messages here. Frank Leboeuf marked Ronaldo. Well, I don't think Ronaldo was at his best, was he? I think he'd had a seizure, 4 hours before kickoff. So, yeah, even Frank Leboeuf could mark him on that day. Coloured Sands is with us. How am I? Who cares, Coloured Sands? How are you, more importantly? Hope you are well. Darren Grealish said Riyad Mahrez was out of form and playing like Almiron, and Miguel has been sensational ever since. Well, Eddie has worked wonders with him. Talis, no Poirot, just look carefully at the info screen. But it's lovely to see a good spot given the difficult times. We'll get to the form in a moment. We'll show you. Wolftrack's windy in DC. Sun is out. Still a bit cold. Definitely have had reports of Jack Frost hitting the Cambridge area. John Roberts hoping to see this new tactic not pressing quite as often. Think with the quality Correct, John. Correct. It leaves too much space in behind. And I think you're absolutely correct. Reno is with us. Hello, sir. Greetings from the South Coast. No snow for you. Salty's allowing himself just the 1 pint just to lubricate his afternoon. Pokes is with us. Pokes, you absolutely devilishly ravishing human being. You hope you are well. And Talis, hope everybody's keeping warm, even if we got the surprise snow. Salty B, 2 exclamation. Oh no, 1 exclamation mark for Pokes. Let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away. To that form then, shall we? Here we go. So this is where we left off. The Dorking result. We just lost 4-2 to Hampton and Richmond. We'd given away a 3-0 and, if memory serves, a 4-2 lead to draw 4-4 with Poole. And I think, John Roberts, this is... I think this is probably what you were referring to a lot of the time about the space in behind. And I was like a deer caught in the proverbial headlights. I just didn't know what to do. They were coming at us and I didn't know how to solve it. They were free all over the pitch and I was just bamboozled. Well, look, we're trying to address that. We're trying to put that right. And you'll see... Here we go, Talis. Here we go. 4 wins on the bounce. I've played 4 games. Sorry. I've played 5 games since the last episode. All with the new tactic. The first one doesn't really count because 9 minutes into the game, Boo Howie just had a rush of blood to the head. And it was one of those kind of knee-high kind of challenges that players instantly get dismissed for. It was an ugly one. Let's say he was passionate in his pursuit of the ball, shall we? So that left us stranded with just 10 men for 81 minutes of the game. We offered precious little, although we didn't go down until the 67th minute. But the 4 games since then, we've done okay. We scored 2 goals against Weston-super-Mare. They had a late riposte, but we hung on. We had a very good win against Oxford City, who were in the playoffs at the time, so well above us in the table. And we performed pretty well. I mean, look at these kind of stats. This is what we're going for, keeping the opposition comfortably below an XG of 1. We had a penalty, which I know's inflated that a little, but played very well in that game, deserved the win. We were 2-0 down to Chelmsford, but these were not goals that we were giving away softly. First one was an indirect free kick that we cleared, and then they've absolutely ripped this one in the net from about 25 yards. Precious little, I would say, that was attributable to our tactic, I think, for that. And then they knocked in a penalty and we were 3-2 down, but we showed some heart and some backbone and some resilience and some fight, and we came back and got it to 2-2. And then Blissett managed to get us a winner in the 90th minute of the game. Soft goal from their point of view. I think the keeper should have saved it, but we were out of our seat and celebrating. And then, most recently, a 2-0 win against Chippenham. Now, look, they had the better of the match stats. What's significant about a 2-0 win against Chippenham? I hear you cry in unison. Chippenham are top of the table and are about to be potentially declared champions, and we FM'd them 2-0. And pleasingly, one of the goals that we scored is exactly the kind of left-wing rampaging counter-attacking goal that I want us to be scoring. I was rather pleased with this little effort. It owed much to Harper on the left wing, showing a little bit of pace and ability to beat his man. Look at him storm past him there. And then this is a nice ball in. Bounces up to Blissett. We tap it home. That is the counter-attacking wing play we are looking for. So things are going quite well. Hang on a second. Who else have we got jumping in here? We've got Isaac not seeing snow so far this winter. It's coming, Isaac. I'm north of you. It's coming, my friend. It's coming. Darren Taylor, only 8 likes. Darren, you're so on brand. Thank you very much for that. Let's try and get a live total going here. I'm seeing 15 likes, which is just below a 50% ratio. Darren, you're quite right to be on the case for me. Thank you very much for that. Top gentleman, Jebaroo is with us.
Good evening, everybody.
Browsing YouTube. That's where you caught my eye. Another nice little pun. Thank you, Jebaroo. You old cocket, you. Salty's liked. Neil just disliked. Neil, I would expect nothing less from one of the best shadow boxers in Football Manager drafting. Great to see you in, Neil. Welcome in. Salty B, only ever watched 2 people on YouTube streaming. So forget to do the like thing. For reference, the other streamer is Dr. Disrespect. Maybe a Llama Dr. Disrespect collab is on the cards. I have very little medical knowledge. I don't know what area of medicine Dr. Disrespect deals in. But you never know. A collab could be on the cards. Simon Thornley, big waves. Hello, Simon. Welcome in. John. Yeah, noticed you had pressing always on. Sadly, that might mean players of this quality. Look, John, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I am a tactical barren wasteland to the extent that I don't even follow my own advice, John. I've released a video, a very successful video, on the manager's seat about how rather than using the pressing intensity slider, you could instead just use opposition instructions. I forgot my own advice. I was just going with all of the pressing all over the pitch out of desperation, John, and I don't know, out of ignorance and inability, I would say. So we've bored it all off, and hopefully it's going to leave things a little bit more structured and compact. We'll see how we get on today. 3 games of the season to go. Tallis, oh wow, that was quite a challenge. Roy Keane taught him. Roy Keane taught Boo Howie everything he knows. Joshua Brown is with us.
Good evening, everybody.
It ain't an afternoon until Joshua Brown arrives. Pull up a bar stool, Joshua. Compare our latest squad to your favourite Border Adventures players. It's why we appreciate your presence. Simon Thornley's feeling good after a rare Yeovil win last night. Up the Glovers, well done. Neil, Neil, what do those little green circles mean? I don't know. It means that God smiled on us for 4 games, but he will strike us down with vengeance today. Lewis Parry's with us. Boing, boing, Lewis. Great to see you in. Got no game. Nice tennis courts. What tennis? Who's got tennis courts? Did one of the teams have tennis courts? Who did we click on there? Was it Chippers? Oh, yeah, look at that. I tell you what. I can't really see it very well, but a loose volley, and you're almost into the penalty area at Chippenham. Watch yourselves if you're down there. Who else has just arrived? Sean Hammond, you ravishing individual, Sean.
Good evening, everybody.
By the way, Sean, I was thinking the other day, because, you know, I think occasionally, have we ever actually established, Sean, who you are a follower of? Who's your team? Apologies if I've asked you before and forgotten. But I was thinking, I'm sure I can't remember who you support. Salty, he deals on violence, speed and momentum, so he'll suit FM perfectly. He's a doctor in violence. Unconventional. Shock therapy. Darren. Pollock has a slight Darren, what have I missed here? Who's Pollock? And he has a slight injury. Are you chatting cricket? Behind my back. Wolf. You wish you're on the opposite of what happened to Scoot yesterday on a quality run of wins and then got 5 injuries in one game to derail everything. Well, on the ninjury front, we have no ninjas, I can assure you. On the injury front, look who's back. Kellen's back. He's not fit yet, but they're recommending that he can do 45 minutes. In fact, I think I've tickled him onto the pitch for the last couple of games. He's had a cumulative total of about 13, 14 minutes of football. Absolutely no way that this Badger signs a new contract, by the way. think we're kissing him goodbye. 14 games, but they were 14 glorious ones before he broke his leg and was out for 10 months. Stinger, false advertising. You came to watch a sacking. What a win streak. Do not worry, Stinger. We will correct that in our next game against Gosport. Good to see you, though, sir.
Evening, everybody.
Talis, do we have a reserve team? We do not. We have an under-18 team. We've had the latest kind of intake through. Absolutely nothing. Just lots of law firms like Scott Brown Thomas, Miguel Angel Salas, Spanish law firm there, Kalon Ward Cochran. They're all kind of like estate agent type players. Absolute rubbish. And I don't believe they play any competitive games apart from when they get knocked out of the FA Youth Cup every year. So we've got friendlies for them. I guess we could make the bench available for those. That's definitely something we should probably consider doing for next season. But I think we need to get out there and play. What else have I missed? Sorry, Darren. Yeovil. We're talking Yeovil there. Lovely. And Sean, you're a happy hammer, are you? But don't get to see them quite that often. You're down in the Kent area, are you? You're a Gills watcher. Dad's a season ticket at the Gills. Fabulous, Sean. Talis, meet a fellow Gills watcher, maybe not supporter. Who's having the worst season, Sean? West Ham or the Gills? Wasn't great for West Ham at the weekend, wasn't it? A 4-0 defeat. Oof, goodness me. Goodness me. And Gills got a valuable point the other day against Stockport. Well, I tell you what, got to be the highlight of anybody's season, nabbing a point against Stockport in their first season back in the league? Second season back in the league. I'm sure it's their first, isn't it? Did they not pip Wrexham last season? Was it the year above? Anyway, here's what we're going out with. We're going to go with... We've played this team pretty consistently over the last 5 games. Don't think, other than at left back, where I got a little bit fed up with Kinsella. He was pulling 6.3s and 6.4s. So for the last game, I bought in Preston, and he got 6.6. Vastly improved. Am I the only one that can't get performances out of fullbacks since the winter update? They don't seem to be doing anything wrong to me. It's just the game awards them very poor ratings. But we can't do anything about it. It is what it is. Gills fans, take the new owners are having a positive impact. Oh. Scally's gone, is it? Was it Scally? Scully? Sure, it was Scally. Scally's gone. Gills are on the up. West Ham only seem to be going one way, I should say. Sean, what do you make of the West Ham owners, by the way? Or David Sullivan, I guess, because Gold recently passed away, didn't he? Former Birmingham owners. I have opinions. I'd love to know what West Ham fans think. What are we going to say here? Okay, second in the form table, by the way. Gosport are 23rd. This game's only going one way, isn't it? Only going one way. And not in our favour. I'm going to say, let's make the most of home advantage. Good response from the boys. Okay. What about if we show some belief in them? All right. Didn't work for Shackelford. It's made him complacent. And the strikers largely ignored me. But they're so tall, they probably couldn't hear me up there. We're in good form. We're against a team that's not. We're losing today, I would imagine. Sorry, I've been playing on slightly longer highlights as well. And we're only going to play 3 games today before we start squad building. So I might keep it on the slightly longer highlights just so I can watch the game a bit more if you don't mind. And I'm actually going to try and do that. I'm actually going to try and pay attention to what's on screen rather than just getting sidetracked with you talking about, well, food mainly. Or Brian Adams, as you have been in previous streams, and completely putting me off. McGlinchey, what have you got for us, son? That's a poor ball around the corner. There's our kickoff highlight over. And already I've got distracted and I'm back in the chat. Isaac, stick to the plan and stay patient. That's the team talk we should have given them. We didn't. We've made a reasonable start, though. Am I on very, very long highlights or just long highlights? I'm on very long highlights. Forgive me. I'll just get on to regular long. I'm virtually on the full match here, but this is how much I've been tweaking and changing in game. So we'll drag it back a notch. There's the big man heading just over the bar. Talis, as for West Ham, they seem to have hit a bad run and need to wake up. Oh, God, I thought that was in. They are better than they are. Isaac, well, that would be the advice for the stream. Sean, if I said I didn't like Sullivan, that would be putting it mildly. I think we're on very similar pages. Not that we have ever recovered, Sean, by the way, since Sullivan sold the club to unscrupulous investors to raise money for his purchase of another. Oh, that was a good chance. I thought we were in, and we are in. Come on, Shex, get it into the box. Little back heel. A sighter from McGlinchey. Sullivan, by the way, Sean, who claims to be a Cardiff fan, despite his kind of Essex background. Make of that what you will. I don't know. Don't have a problem, though, Sean. Tell me what you think of this. Don't have a problem with Karen Brady as a kind of like a managing director. Come on. Corner ball, though. Strong start, I think we've made. You see, we're looking better, I think, aren't we? Let me know what you think of our play and our tactic. I think we're looking better. We're not free scoring, but we're playing on a cautious mentality here. We've got a low block, a standard line. We try to deny the opposition as much space as we can. Condense the pitch, play in the middle. We've started all right. But anyway, Sean, I think Karen Brady is actually fairly decent at her job, or at least she was at Birmingham. Not sure how she is at West Ham. But she used to get some fabulous sales prices for some of the players that we turned over. Players like Jermaine Pennant and Emil Heskey. She managed to get absolute millions for. So I always thought she was quite good. Go on, son. Yes. Yes. Goal! That's exactly the goal. That's exactly. Bottle this. Here's the poacher with the advance forward. Pulling out into the wide berth. Little delivery in. There's the target forward. Rises. Great header. For 72 years old, Nathan Blissett still knows where the back of the net is. We're 1-0 up. I'm going to let you in on the other thing that I've stripped back, by the way, in my tactical changes. I'm not using the shouts. I'm just forcing myself to stay off the shouts. Not meddling. Just trying to keep it a little bit more standard, basic. We're doing all right so far, and we're still on the attack. A second before halftime would be delicious. Here's Shackelford with a bit of wing play of his own. Oh, that is target forward hold-up play of the chef's kiss variety.
Nice.
He loves to play with his back to goal, and he's done it just there. We've popped the ball into him. We've got a 6'6" and 6'5" player up front, but we don't have to go aerial every time. We roll it into Blissett, back to Amanchi. Both the strikers have scored. Oh, it's looking all right. And still, I'm staying off the shouts. My urge to hit praise to try and get a third is strong, but I'm not doing it. Just pulling my hand off the mouse. And here's Levi. Not the quickest. That was speculative, I would argue. Look at us now, 10 points off the playoffs. Only 6 points to play for after this game. We can't qualify for the playoffs. I don't think we can even finish 10th, really. Such is the gap between ourselves and Oxford City. But we're doing well. I'd like to get into halftime with a clean sheet. 3 would be fabulous. Levi's in. Oh, Levi, were you offside? You weren't? Oh, he's rattled the crossbar. I thought he could pull that across goal by the way to Blissett. That's a decent half. That's better than we were looking in the last couple of streams. Now, let me pause. Let me actually think about what I'm saying to these squirrels at half time here. Stay focused. Don't get complacent. And goodness me, you lot have been busy. What is all this? What is all this? FM streamer pays attention to game. Thank you, Salty B. I'm trying. I'm a pioneer. You mean drag it back à Granoche? Joshua, these references, I don't always get them. You're going to have to give us a little bit of context here. You know more about these references than I do. I'm an absolute forgetful sort. Rook, daring to watch a match that seems like you want to understand how your players are doing with the new tactic. I wouldn't go that far, Rook. I wouldn't go that far. Greeno, talking of food, there you go, and he's in. As you briefly mentioned, and you seized on with aplomb, Greeno, just try to make a toasted sandwich in an air fryer. Brace yourselves. It was woeful. Bread was hard as a paving slab before the cheese had even melted. Well, you live and you learn. Look at how Sullivan made his fortune. Mucky business. You're absolutely right. Are you surprised he is unscrupulous? No. Isaac do really like Blisset in this save. Oh, Isaac, but I tell you what, the years are not kind on old Blisset. How far are we? 36 this summer is going to be. He's never had the best strength, in fairness. His entire game is built on teamwork and jumping reach. And almost nothing else, I would say. Regular guy, how can you not use the... I know, but they must do something, don't they? The shouts must make minor tweaks to your tactical approach. And I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to just let the players play, so to speak. Jesse's with us, Jesse. Great to see you. Morning all. I see we've not been sacked yet. No. That is quite good news. A toasted sandwich in an air fryer, not so much. But he gave it a go. He's a pioneer, is Greeno. He's a pioneer. Brian, it's easy to do when you're winning, but I need to shout when things are going well. Things aren't going well. Yeah, well, we'll see if I'm tested on that, Brian. I surely will be in the second half. Neil, you like to tell your players to calm down after they score. What, during the celebrations? Just calm down. That's all the fuss about. Sean, given the choice, you'd have both of them out. Very rarely make profit on players either. By the way, don't get me started on Moisey. Right, come on then, Sean. Here and now. Who would you like in as manager? Within reason. I don't think you're tempting Guardiola away, but who would you like in within reason, Sean? Let us know. Let's diagnose what West Ham should be doing in the summer. Talis, if it goes 4-0, then you throw out. It will not go 4-0. It will go 2-1, but it will not go 4-0. Look at you lot all telling me about the shouts that you give out there. Amanchi channeling is in a Peter Juritka. Now we're into what was that series called? Help me out quick. I've only just finished it. Mercenary. Thank you very much. Mercenary. Mike is with us. Okay, so Mike is the person we have to thank for all of this.
Afternoon, everybody.
Good to see you in, Mike. Hope you're well. We are 2-0 up, Mike, following what you know is a reasonable run of form. So it's going okay. We are braced, Mike. We're in braced positions for a Gosport comeback in the second half. But I've got tools now. I've got tools to try and deal with that if it happens. We won't reveal what those tools are yet. We'll watch how the second half plays out. But I'm thinking at about 65 minutes, if the score's still 2-0, Gosport are going to change things up. And we need to, potentially, if the other games are anything to go by, try and deny them space in the midfield. Not sure whether that's going to be in the AM slot or the DM slot. They're matching us up with a 4-4-2. We'll see if they do anything in the second half. We might need to respond with a change. We'll see how we do. If you're just joining us, by the way, we're in our traditional red and white hoops. 2 goals, one for each of our strikers in the first half, was good. But we're cautious. We're not getting carried away. It's a good little challenge by Heath. Forgive me, by the way, if I continue to concentrate on the game. Selfish of me, I realise. I will not make a habit of it. They've already started the second half brightly. Let's see where the next highlight goes, because I don't like the fact that they've had a highlight already. 5 minutes have ticked by and we've not had another one. And we are on we are on extended highlights. So maybe that was just a regular highlight that they might have got anyway. Certainly the time's ticking by now and the game has quietened down a little bit. So I'm happy. Look at the performance of the fullbacks, by the way. I'm not happy with that. That's a poor defensive header. We've won it back. Here's Shackelford. What have we got here? That's desperate. So we've got to win it all back again. Amanchi's up. This guy's racing away from nobody, by the way. From nobody. 72 years old, an acceleration of 3. It was a brave effort from Blissett there, but that's not how he's going to get his goals for us. 62 minutes and we're still good. We are waiting for the Gosport sting. It's not this, though, I think, because we're into their box. That was disappointing. We've not created a thing in this second half. But I'm just looking for the sign that we need to shut down the game. 66 minutes now. And we're attacking again. Amanchi. Back to Preston. Dig it out. Go on, son. Challenge. Okay, he's not challenged for that. We've won it back well, though. That's tigerish in the midfield. I like that. Bodnar. I like the way we're just funneling it out wide. We're in behind. We've got players over who I think are offside. I don't know. Linesman's running back. Yeah, they're offside, aren't they? No. Oh, it is 3-0. I like this goal as well. Central areas, then out wide like an accordion. In. No, out to in to out again. Then into the box. Amanchi's got his second. Now let's just keep our eye on Gosport and see whether they're up to anything crafty. They were both ahead of the defenders, but it turns out Shackelford actually cut the ball back. Okay, what are these pups up to? They're sticking with a flat 4-4-2. So, well, okay. Good on them. Let's just see if that changes. Let's just see. I can see the messages whizzing down the screen, by the way. I'm trying to concentrate on the game. I'm trying. Trying to be good here. Oh, we just headed over that. Match speed during text-only highlights. I want that up, don't I? There we go. Thought the game was ticking along a little slowly. Here we go. 20 shots, 6 on target. The opposition still aren't coming at us. So let's treat ourselves to a substitution, I think. Do you know what? Let's give the old man a break. We'll get Kwame Thomas on. Left backs performed to a... Well, he had improved to a 6.8. He's now down to a 6.7 again. Still, the opposition aren't testing us. I think we can treat ourselves to one more substitution. We'll leave the other just in case we need it. Vince Harper off. We've got our best set piece taker on the pitch. And we're in again. 86 minutes more or less. Here's Preston. He's played it in. Thomas. It's a good chance. Would Blissett have buried that? Look at that match momentum as well. I like that. They came out firing, didn't they? At the start of the second half, but didn't come to anything. And I think that game is done. So let's jump in there. What are you up to over here? What are you up to? My goodness, you have been busy. Sorry, let me catch up. Darren Taylor wants Steve Bruce into West Ham. Well, one back by McGlinchey, by the way. Very good work, son. Coloured Sands want Sam Allardyce in. I think lots of us are saying this not as West Ham fans, perhaps. Isaac, surprised that Joachim Löw isn't back in management unless you've missed something. I think it might be how spectacularly his control of the German dressing room collapsed. Kind of went out of favour a little bit, didn't he, Jurgi? Greeno, you watched Weymouth versus Chippers last night. Lost 1-0. You counted 15 of the 20 outfield starters in coloured boots at non-league level. It's never going to catch on. Mike, sounds like a plan, but apologies, Mike. I was so concentrated on the game, I can't remember what sounds like a plan. But thank you. Talis, Scott Parker's time with Club Bruges is limited. Lost to Benfica, didn't they, Mike, last night? Club Brugge. Parker is struggling, but you think the problem at Brugge are a lot deeper. Sean, you'd have Pochettino. Would play entertaining football and bring on the youths. unlike Mr. Moyes, might be unrealistic, though. He's been out of work for almost a year now, isn't it? I mean, I know he stayed on at PSG until the end of the season, but he was sacked February time, wasn't he, really? They'd already decided when they went out of the Champions League that he was done, I think. Interesting, Sean. Pochettino at West Ham. Watch this space. I mean, where else in world football is Pochettino jumping into right now? Man United not looking. Man City not looking. Spurs return. You never know. You never know. Talis. You know Brugge so well with developing players, but think they went crazy with the clear out of players. Isaac. The Estonian League has had 5 of the first 8 matches postponed. Maybe they've got the snow that we have. Andre's with us. Hello, Andre. Welcome in. Good to see you. Mike, which goal did you like, Mike, by the way? Sorry, I'm just playing catch-up. There were some good ones in there, I think. Wing play. You know, I like it into the central midfielders. By the way, Mike, if you are still there, I'm going to show you something that I've added that I've not mentioned to you before. I like it. I don't know what you'll think about it. But on my 2 centre-halves, I don't want them to be ball-playing defenders because I think they might attempt more creative passes, and I don't want them doing that. But I have put pass it shorter on them, and they do seem to be just knocking it into the central midfield or to the fullbacks more than just lumping it up the pitch. So I quite like that. Quite like it. What else have we got? Simon, look out for the opposition change at 75 minutes. Yeah, and it didn't come. It didn't come. Sean, you're at York in your save. League One. Well, careful, Sean. Aston Villa. I noticed Liam's just arrived, by the way. Aston Villa offered you a job. Good man. Turned it down. Not due to your allegiances to York, by the way. To your allegiances to me. Thank you very much, Sean. Kind of you. Although, I have to be honest, I'm not a very good Birmingham City fan in that I don't really have any dislike of Aston Villa. My brother sports Aston Villa. Half my family sport Aston Villa. I used to spend a lot of time as a kid going and watching Aston Villa, probably as much as I spent watching Birmingham. I don't actually dislike them, which I know is... I'm not towing the party line there. Wolves, on the other hand... Hello, Lewis Parry's just jumped up there. I'm with you, Lewis. Wolves, on the other hand. Joshua Brown, you tried to come up with the key elements of strategies in an FM Llama save. I think your first idea is, would like you to tweak it, though. Oh, sorry, Joshua. What have I come up with here? I tried to come up with the key elements of our strategies in an FM Llama save. And I think my first idea is decent. Would you like to tweak it, though? Okay, I'm about to see it then. Nikos! Daganis, Nikos, good to see you in. Yes, we won. I tell you what, Nikos, I hope you're sitting down. We've won 5 on the bounce, Nikos. So brace yourself. Craig McFlyshaw is with us as well. Welcome in, sir.
Evening, everybody.
Joshua, you came up with tactical panic after conceding the first goal, nicknaming players after woodland creatures, and beating... Oh, Joshua, what are you doing to me here? And beating Zagłębie Sosnowiec to the Polish second division title by 20 plus points. That is our DNA, Joshua. Thank you very much, GB. Mike, brilliant performance last night from Benfica. Very good. Jackie's with us as well.
Evening, everybody.
Welcome in, Jackie. Oh, no, Jackie, you're under the weather. Goodness me. Condolences. Hope you recover very, very soon. Liam, can't chat much because you're working, are you, Liam? Working. We won't tell anybody. I'm fabulous, Liam. How is your good self if you are allowed to chat? If you're allowed to chat, how is your good self? Talis, Poch to Chelsea. No, not Poch to Chelsea. Stick with Potter. Potter is the answer. Potter is the answer. I would take Graham Potter at Birmingham. That's the club he came through as a youth, by the way. In a heartbeat, although there are allegations that he grew up as an Aston Villa fan. Never mind. Sean. Llama Queen get well soon. Yeah. Mike. Very good. Mike, hold on a second. Did you see it right? Very good PR. I've put it on both centre-backs, Mike, by the way. And I really like the way they're just dropping the ball into the midfield, especially to McGlinchey, and letting McGlinchey decide how we're going to attack rather than them just decide, let's go back to front early. Oh, Mike, I think we might have done something good. Sleeping Dragoon, Potter to West Ham. Welcome in, Dragoon, by the way. Oh, Salty, sorry if I've already missed you. Heading back to the office. Stop by on Friday. Wednesdays are the new Friday. Great to have you here. Nikos, I know 5 in a row. Nikos, 5 in a row. Ethan Willett, first time catching a stream. Love the content. Ethan, you're far too kind to say so. Welcome in, but you're not getting away that easily, Ethan. If you're still there, let us know who you follow. Who's your team? Thoughtsy, popping in to say hi. Hello, Thoughtsy.
Evening, everybody.
You prefer Graham hanging basket to the Potter? I'd imagine you would. Okay, we're going to keep going, by the way. Keep going. We've got 2 games left of the season. We should probably, by the way... We're over 45 minutes into the stream. We need to get back into this, don't we? We have much to discuss vis-a-vis French players who've played in the Premier League as wide men. I'm thinking left and right wingers, whether they are inverted or otherwise. We've got to pick them. So get going in the chat. Who are we thinking? I'm thinking we disregard whether they are left wingers or right wingers. Who were the best French wide players in the Premier League era? McFly is straight in, and I would agree with you wholeheartedly, McFly, and Liam as well, with Robert Pires. Greeno, got to be Ginola, surely. Bear with me. Old school. Okay. So what are we thinking, people? What are we thinking? Because we've got to put this to the poll. Pires, 100% in. We're going Ginola, 100% in. By the way, do you remember the time that John Gregory, Aston Villa manager, Liam? I don't know whether you're old enough to remember John Gregory, Liam. But he criticised David Ginola. Apologies. David Ginola. For carrying a little bit of timber. So Ginola promptly scored that weekend, ripped his shirt off. He had a 6-pack. Not sure what Gregory was on about. Anyway, Ginola, yes. Pires, we've got. Liam's offering up Sylvain Viltord. We've got more shouts for Ginola. We've got Florent Malouda. We've got David Bellion. It might just miss out. Ethan, by the way, Chelsea fan. Over the moon with the win yesterday. Still cannot believe he scored 2 goals. I'm huge on Potter, Ethan. I don't know, as a Chelsea fan, you might feel differently. Huge on Potter. So we got Ethan. Yeah, Malouda was class for sure. Jeb. Florent Cinema Pongol. Did he move over to Spain and then actually do fairly well? Was he at like Celta Vigo? Liam, is Dugarry making the list? He didn't make the list for the strikers. Whether he'll get into the midfield is contentious. Loved by Birmingham. I'm not sure he's so loved by Newcastle. But another French World Cup winner. Let's not forget that. Oh, Darren. Darren, you've come up trumps there, haven't you? We've got to go. Alain Saint-Maximin. I'm going to stake my reputation, by the way, Jeb, on Pongole getting, 3% of the vote or less. I'm going to say. Ethan doesn't mind Potter. Still missed Tuchel. Was that very much a board sacking rather than a fan sacking for Tuchel then, was it? Okay, well, we've got some options. So let's put 3 of them in a poll and then we'll put them up against another 3. So bear with me. Sorry, this is a Steed Mulbronk. That is a late addition there. I think Isaac might have mentioned Mulbronk in a previous stream as well. Fulham favourite. Hang on. Don't you worry, Isaac. Sorry, I've just seen your message there. Lauren Rebecca. I'll tell you what, we're up to 8 now then, aren't we? Nathan, welcome in, by the way. Sorry, you're just watching an old man grappling with pen and paper. You think what about Samir Nasri? Oh, Greeno. What about Samir Nasri? I'm going to personally say that Samir Nasri probably has a greater chance of getting votes than Florent Cinema Pongole. So let's start the poll. Okay, we now got 8 for the poll. So I'm just going to call this wide men, not left wing and right wing. So let's tippy-tappy my way in there. We'll put Perez in. We're going to put Sylvain Villetourde, his Arsenal compatriot, in there. We're going to go with Florent Malouda. And we are going to go with, if I can type, Laurent Weber. And let's give you a minute. Let's give you 60. So let me just have a look at who I've put out there then. So Perez we've done. Villetourde we've done. Malouda is in. And Laurent Robert. So that means next we're going to go Ginola. We're going to go Nasri. We're going to go Saint-Maximin. And we're going to go with Malbronc. That is going to be stacked, that one. Ginola, Nasri, Saint-Maximin. Malbronc's there too. Can't believe Malbronc made 336 Premier League appearances. 5 of them were successful ones as well. Was that harsh? Apologies. What am I missing here as well? Brian Brew, good afternoon to you, sir. How on earth are you? What's life like in your neck of the woods this afternoon? Ethan, 100% aboard sacking rather than the fan base. United in your love of Tuchel. I did not know that Tuchel was so popular with Chelsea fans. Oh, granted, I know he's won you your... hold on a second. Your second Champions League? Bobby Di Matteo got the first. Is that right? But, Okay, another 30 seconds. If you've not voted, Shearer should be a cert. Yeah, that's it. We're thinking of leaving out Patrick Vieira because Bruno Shearer is the name on everybody's lips, Jeb. You've got it. I don't think we even need a vote on that one, do we? Let's praise you. Sorry, I'm still playing the game over here while you vote. Okay, another 10 seconds. Votes in. Perez is in the lead, as I think he should be. And there we go. Let's end that poll. Perez, of course, takes it. Oh, Sylvain Villetourde. Come on. Nobody. Joshua, even I remember that. Fabulous. Alexander Arenat. I do like a good French name, by the way. Okay. What are we doing next? Second semi-final, I should say. Starter poll. Let's go wide man number 2. And we are going for, brace yourselves, the Gallic flair of David Ginola. Well, I suppose they've all got Gallic flair. They're French wingers. We're going Ginola. We're going Samir Nasri. Premier League winner with Manchester City. Prob's not with Arsenal, though. Is that right? I don't think he would have won it with Arsenal. We're going to go with, forgive me for abbreviating here. I'm just going to go Sam Max, if that's all right. Sam Max. And we're going to throw in what I think could well be cannon fodder. Good luck with this. Steed Malbronc. My thoughts and prayers are with you, Steed. Let's go. So what else we got here? Robbie's in. There's disrespect of it. I know. Not a single vote there. And Ethan, correct. Hang on, Ethan. You're not going to fit in round here. Correct on my knowledge. Did I get something right, Ethan? Thank you very much. Tuchel oozed Chelsea character, in your opinion. He's a close second best behind Mourinho for best ever. It's interesting. What is Chelsea character, by the way, Ethan? What's their kind of DNA? What's their kind of, I don't know, kind of like their aura, their spirit, their personality? Talis, I think them throwing Tuchel out was insane. He needed time to gel the team. Imagine if Tuchel had been given the kind of funds that they've been splashing around on Potter's behalf. Jabaru, disrespect to Pongole, I know. Scandalous. Ancelotti, yeah, I guess he was pretty good as well. And Robert Mathiasson. Hello, Robert. Welcome in. Good to see you with us. Let us know what team you support, Robert. How are they getting on this season? We're just about ready for another game over here, by the way. So David Ginola is edging the vote. Let's give it another 10 seconds. Get your vote in the chat now. I don't think Perez and Ginola is too bad an option out wide. Okay, we're ending the poll. Ginola down to 50%. I tell you what, I did not see Steed Malbronc coming in second, by the way. Congrats, Steed. If that doesn't earn Steed Malbronc another shot when we discuss central midfielders, I don't know what does. Did well. Isaac's proud of his boy there. Did well. Patrice Evra is unlucky with this formation. Yeah. But I couldn't really think, and the chat couldn't really think, of other options at left back other than Clichy and Patrice Evra. And then over at right back, we had Bakary Sagna and not much else. So this is how we were. Anyway, well done. Thank you. Half time over. Let's get back into the game, by the way. Let's get back into the game. We are playing Hungerford Town. This is the game everybody tuned in for, by the way. This is the big one against Hungerford. Where are you, Hungerford, by the way? They are below us. They are 16th. What kind of form be they in? Patchy, I would say. Couple of 1-0 victories. They did spank 5 past Hornchurch, though. Tend to score pretty regularly, though, but they do leak goals. So we'll see how we get on against them today. Sorry, Ethan, you're back here. You described Chelsea's energy as being pretty similar to what most clubs have. Loving the club and doing anything to see us win, if it includes starting arguments with opposition managers and refs. Face kicker! Hello, drop by and say hello. Hope the team form is better. A smidge, kicker. A smidge. We've gone with 5 wins in a row. Best to you and everyone. Have an awesome day. Face kicker, thank you for popping in. You are an absolute star. Talis, on Friday, I'm not looking forward to Friday because somebody big's missing out. I still get abuse on Twitter, by the way, for Samuel Eto'o not being in our all-time African Premier League 11. And that wasn't even me voting. That was you lot. And I still get criticism on Twitter for that. Greeno, away to Hungerford. Could be a massacre for them or for us. And Liam, middle 3 should be Kante, Vieira, Makaleli. But Liam, we did decide that we are going to base all of our kind of decisions based on their entire career, not just their time. Not just their time in the Premier League. So, some good players that didn't play a lot in the Premier League, but Didier Deschamps, another Chelsea player that Ethan will know. And then Isaac, after Pienaar and Malbronc missed out, you're just hoping that Ida Gunjohnson makes the Icelandic Premier League, along with we're not going to mention the player at Everton because he ceases to exist. Along with Herman Hreidarsson. And Gudni Bergson. Going back a little bit there. Jesse, you're having a tough time with your save. After leaving Ropda for Eintracht Frankfurt, you're thinking of starting afresh with a third-tier German club. Was wondering who you might suggest. Okay. Well, let's investigate, shall we? It's called 3 Liga, I think, isn't it? But forgive me. I'm just going to go down one from here. Now, these clubs are not going to be in it anymore. So let's go back to 2022. So our 1860 München. Did I say that right? 1860, 1860. That's an obvious one. By the way, go and have a look after the stream, of course, Jesse, at our League Lowdown for Germany. Simon Thornley came up with a fabulous background story for Saarbrücken, who are geographically a bit of an anomaly in Germany. They've actually competed in the French league. They've actually competed in their own regional league that they set up at one point. Saarbrücken are an interesting shout. Duisburg, if you go back to FM22 videos on the channel, there's a playlist for that, and have a look at Save Ideas Germany, you'll find the Zebras, Duisburg, in there. They are forever losing finals. They've never won a final. I think they've been in 5 German Cup finals, and they always lose. So they could be quite interesting. Personally, I'd be having a look at some of these clubs that might have got relegated and just think, oh, you know, the narcissist in me would think, could I take control of Meppen and save them, even though in real life they got relegated? Not in real life, in my save. Dynamo Dresden would be fabulous as well. Former East German champions. That would be exciting. Jesse, sorry, you've got me going now. You've got me going. Can you see how I love a Save Ideas? By the way, I am thinking, I don't know whether I should let the cat out of the bag on this early. No, I won't. I'll keep my powder dry. It's a long time till FM24, by the way. Long time. Ethan, Deschamps was class for you. JB, did you pick a back 3 formation? That's right. So we didn't have to speak about Baptiste Echeverria. Well, it certainly did. Darren's going with Actoins. Figo 2.0. Yeah, kind of. Actoins X's. Did my best. Greeno, 3rd tier German club. You'd go Wien Wiesbaden. Sponsored by Britta. I like that. I like grounds where you can't see the pitch because of a kind of like a pole. That's nice. I like that. Duisburg are a great team in 3 Liga. Jesse's thinking Actoin Sächsisch or Osnabrück, are you? VFL, I like a mauve kit, Jesse. I have to be honest. Look at that. That's a beauty of a kit. Do enjoy it. I like the mauve trim on the away shirt as well. Let's have a look into their history. They've won 3 Liga twice. Otherwise, doesn't look like they've ever been a top flight club, have they? Let's have a look. Bundesliga 2 in the regionals. Forgive me, I've just completely abandoned my own save to get into German 3 Liga saves. Doesn't look like they've ever been a Bundesliga club. So there's your narrative, Jesse. Straight away. Osnabrück is nice. Isaac likes the mighty Zebras. Liam, don't tease. All right, Liam. I can never keep my powder dry on anything. By the way, why would you have different coloured seats in the Osnabrück Stadium? You're on brand here. You've got terracing behind the goal. You're on brand with the purple seats. Why would you go blue and red? Why? One of my bugbears, I'm just giving you a little insight into my own OCDs here. One of my bugbears is stadiums that have coloured seats in that the club don't play in. I understand that stadiums like, where Roma and Lazio share, you've got to hedge your bets, but come on, Osnabrück, you're at the Bremer Brücke Arena here. Turn those seats purple. Turn them purple. Anyway, Tallis. Looks like so far, not ever... Tallis, are you doing a bit of research, by the way? Sleeping Dragoon goes Munster. I didn't see Munster. Oh, there you go. Preußen Munster. I would struggle. I have a big difficulty in taking charge of clubs that I can't pronounce, which is a lot. By the way, we're missing 2 for you, Jesse. Hansa Rostock, by the way. Fabulous. The Swedish streamer Michelino, if you don't know, over on Twitch, go and subscribe. He's just the best Twitch streamer. Back in FM21, he had a save with Hansa Rostock, who are another East German side, who about 20 years ago, in a Bundesliga game, fielded, I think, a starting 11 that had 7 Swedes in there. So he decided to make it his mission to get Hansa back from the 3rd tier all the way to the top and field a winning 11 with 7 Swedes in there. I love a niche challenge like that. What else have we got there? So Jesse, Jesse, we're not doing this for you anymore. I don't think we're just getting into German saves. Figo, Hallischer might be nice. East German with the biggest population that's not been in the Bundesliga. Figo, it sounds like you know that league pretty well to me. Hallischer, where are they then? I'm not seeing where are they? Am I being particularly dense? Have I got the right season or have I gone back? There you go. I was on the wrong season again, wasn't I? So they've since been relegated. So they're from Halle, are they? Again, I'm not very good. I should probably have admitted this when taking over at Kingstonian. I'm not very good at clubs that play in red. Always seem to get sacked. So I wouldn't take charge of them. Drew is in as well, and that's a treat for everybody.
Afternoon, everybody.
Welcome in, Drew. Welcome in. Sorry, Drew, I'm still catching up on the chat here. Munster starting tier 4. Yeah, I was on the wrong season, I think, wasn't I? So, okay, Munster start in season 4. Isaac, love the feature in FIFA 22 where you could colour coordinate your stadium. Yeah, I'm very OCD about these things. Greeno, I'd hate what now, Greeno? Shakvar. Is that a Cooler Shaker song? They didn't have the cash to replace the seats, so they asked clubs all around Europe to send one from their ground, so it's a multicoloured. Oh, goodness me. Joshua Brown, try to... Oh, don't, Joshua Brown. Try a Dafuge with one of the... Yeah, look at that. You get 4 relegated from 3 Liga as well, Jesse. So you could just play forward a season like I did to get Kingstonian. Just see who gets promoted. Tennis Borussia... Is that what their name? Tennis Borussia Berlin? Oh, I'm sure they're down in the 4th tier as well. Anyway, Figo, you're German. Well, that would explain A, why you're correcting me on my pronunciations, and B, why do you know this league very well? Welcome in, Figo. Who's your German team, though? Who's the team that you follow? Drew, interesting you're looking at German teams as you're looking there for a new save. I did like the Osnabrück suggestion. I like Dynamo Dresden. I would like any of those teams that got relegated. I would like Duisburg. I personally wouldn't go Achtung Sächsisch, bit too big for me. Saarbrücken, nice story. Out of those, well, I would like a club that was a struggler. What about Victoria Köln? Torsten Frings as that's probably who the boss is now. He wasn't the boss when the game started, was he? That's not a great stadium, is it? I love that. A lot of terracing, but why have they gone with green and reds? You don't play in green, Victoria. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, Jesse. Does that give you something to work with, Jesse? There's some lovely clubs down there. So little videos if you want a bit more of a background. So Duisburg, FM23, Save Ideas. It wasn't even Save Ideas Germany. It was one of my weirdly titled ones, Jesse, if you want to watch it, about clubs that have experienced heartbreak, and Duisburg featured. I think we talked about Dynamo Dresden in this year's League Lowdown for Germany. We've talked about Achtung Sächsisch München in the best save ever recently. Simon, if he's still around, will tell us which best save ever that was. Anyway, I need to get back to playing Football Manager now, don't I? Apologies. Jesse, you've got to be so careful. Don't ask me about save ideas. Don't do it. I'll log out and load up a new game if I don't have it installed on the leagues that I'm running. I love save ideas. Okay. Opposition instructions. Deedly. Are we happy with this? They're playing wing backs. Yeah. I think they're going to get a bit further forward, so we probably do want to get in on the wing backs. Could be a mistake. We're showing each of the wing backs onto their weaker foot. I like that. They've got 2 in the midfield that we're on, and then they've got a DM. So let's make sure, Blissit, are you doing your work on the DM? Dude, you are. Good man. Good man. Knew I could trust you. Knew I could trust you. Anyway, sorry. What do we got there? What do we got? Darren Taylor. Last season, you got promoted with LSK Hansa. Holiday for a year, into the top flight, runners up behind Bayern. Christian Broxoff, hello. Neil, you'd go for Ingolstadt, as the town is twinned with Kilcoddy, near where you live. Gotta have a reason. Jesse, Jesse, sorry. I feel like we might have gone down a rabbit hole on your behalf there, Jesse. Indeed it does. You'll have very on brand, Jesse. Thank you. You'll have a look at the Save ID videos. Watch the adverts as well. Thank you. That's a good man. Thanks again. I think it was the chat, wasn't it, rather than me. Christian, shout out, please. For who? For you. Shout out to Christian. Everybody's favourite media technician. Joshua Brown. If the season keeps going the way it is, you can Dafu's Toulon. Yeah, you'd have to. Isaac, what has been your favourite save idea that I've actually done? I'm gonna say Trump Stalin is going to be up there for ones that I've done YouTube series on. Trump Stalin is going to be up there. Neil would say Kettering, but that lasted less than 2 seasons, Neil, as well, you know, young man. But if Kettering hadn't happened, we would not have done Trump Stalin. So Sub-Zero Hero was a big favourite of mine. But do you know what, Isaac? I'm very tempted to say Northern Mariana Islands. Tempted to say that. That was a save that I still daydream about, I have to be honest. Rook! Hope FM gets the... Rook, honestly. Okay, Rook, I'm going to let you behind the curtain here a little bit. I have a little chat now and again with somebody from Sports Interactive. And it is a thing that I've raised with them, that if the game is not going to evolve dramatically from version to version, and let's be honest, I'm not knocking this, by the way, but FM22 is not hugely different in terms of features to FM21. If that's going to continue to be the case, forgive me, surely a logical step would be to make the game feel fresh and new with just new countries that you can play in, or existing leagues going down to greater depth. That'd be a welcome addition, wouldn't it? I know not everybody is lower league managers like I am, so you don't necessarily want Italy to go down to Serie D or something, but I would love that. But yeah, the J-League. And the J-League was in Football Manager up until, I don't know, the turn of the century? Early noughties? It was, anyway, look, I've got a... No, I'm not interested in my save. What else is going on down here? Isaac wants more Africa. Yeah, absolutely. I understand, Isaac, that there are geopolitical reasons why some of them aren't. And there are also huge research reasons why some of the others aren't. So I don't think Sports Interactive have the scouting network in Africa that they have in Europe and South America. So that's certainly an issue. But I would like to see it. So where would we go, Isaac? You'd like the Egyptian League. But yeah, so I would like all of North Africa, Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria. That would be lovely. And then I'd like some West African nations as well. Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Ivory Coast. Oh, imagine an African journeyman. Joshua Brown, can you imagine border adventures in Africa? Oh, can you imagine? Coloured Sands, here we go. Oh, we need... Yeah, I tell you what, Coloured Sands, you make a fabulous point here. Why is Paraguay not in Football Manager? And I think, is it Bolivia as well? The two South American nations that aren't in it and all the others are. Why is Paraguay not in it? Like Olympia, I think that's the name. Olympia from Paraguay have won the Copa Libertadores, I believe. I think that's the former club of people like Roque Santa Cruz, but Paraguay's not in there. Coloured Sands did a custom database for Paraguay, most fun you've ever had, I can imagine. Rook, K4 is getting added to the full K-League pyramid next year. How do you know this, Rook? That's fabulous information. I feel like that's a spoiler. Isaac, you did a master's assignment on Namibian football. Tailor-made gaming, hello, young man. You're just jumping in here with some casual chat about Egyptian football. You had fun in Egypt doing a journeyman a couple of FMs ago. Ended up managing a team called, don't now, Coca-Cola. Oh, I'm sure there's a team in Africa called something like, Sheila's Chicken Hut. They're like sponsored by a KFC kind of brand. I'd love to be taking charge of them. Anyway, look, oh, not an FM in real life, sorry. Right now can't promote to K3. You got me excited. I thought the Korean leagues were going down below the second tier there. But you had some inside information. Shall we play some Football Manager, anybody? Sorry, look, I'm so easy to distract. I've got to go into concentration mode again here. We've got a season to finish. We're meant to be doing some squad building in this, but I'm not sure we'll get to that now. Come on, let's try and rattle off these last two games. Hungerford Town, managed by Danny Robinson. Here we go. We're unchanged. We need to show... No, I don't like that. I do like that. Hungerford... Oh, look at... We're first, by the way. First in the form. Let's go with that one. Better response. Not perfect. Let's see if we can pep it up a little. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Hungerford. Hungerford are the home team. Here we go. This could be 6 wins on the spin, including beating top of the table Chippenham, playoff chasing Oxford City. So, and this seems winnable. We are 10 points ahead of Hungerford as we kick off. We've been playing well, but you're always cautious of the sting in Football Manager's tail, aren't you? 2 shots so far, 1 on target. We have a free kick. We don't really challenge for the headers. Here's the free kick taker, Wilson. He's a defensive midfielder. He should never shoot. Good Lord. Here we go. Asagi out to his fullback. This is where we want either the ball into midfield or up the line. He's gone up the line. Fine. So we'll go from outside to in. Drop it into the midfield here. Okay, go wide. That's fine. Now we can do something a bit more direct if you like, boys. There we go. Okay, didn't come off. Now we've got to win the ball back. Rollinson. Oh, he's gone past someone unchallenged. Didn't like that. Gaps in the midfield a little bit there. Keep an eye on that. Didn't like that one bit. If I see gaps in the midfield like that again, we might do something. We might do something. Could be a one-off. Too much distance between the front line and the back line there, and they were exploiting it. Okay, let's pause the game. Don't like where this is going. What are you lot up to here? You got a DM. Okay, it's a bit early for option 1. Let's just see this highlight out. They're in again. We got very lucky there. And they're coming at us again. Okay, so this is not the start we're after. So I picked out Rollinson. Okay, he's getting further forward. And O'Keefe, the 2 players. So option 1 is to drop Blissett back here to sit on the DM. But I don't want to do that too early because we're a 4-4-2 team and I want to score a goal. So instead, let's go with taking off Step Up more, bringing the line further up. So we're just going to squeeze the midfield. Squeeze the midfield. And let's check our two central midfielders and who they are on. Wilson, you're the man that should be on Kellinson for me. Rollinson, sorry. You're on Rollinson. So do that. Which leaves McGlinchey on... Hello? Pappas. And his mama. There we go. Okay. And then Blissett. Can you've got to be sat on that DM. Oh no, hang on. Sorry, I've made a mistake there, haven't I? So I don't want you sat on... Oh no, I do. I want you sat on Rollinson. Got McGlinchey on Pappas. That's good. Okay. So Blissett's the spare man then. Blissett has got to go. Tackle harder, please. And not him. No. O'Keefe. Go and sit on him. Stop them building up the play. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if that makes us a little bit more compact. So I've squeezed the line up and we've got a highlight, which I like. Is that the game's way of telling us that we've done something good? Or are we about to get stung? That was offside. Let's see where the next highlight goes. They've got the better XG. They've had one very good chance. We are higher, so there's going to be more space in behind us. But with a low block, our line's still not actually that high. Right, high enough that that went over the top of us, but... If this continues, we might need to change our defensive line back again and change our shape. Let's see how the next highlight pans out after this. We force them back. Got a nice line across the box. Plenty of men in midfield. Nice and condensed. Look at the distance between our striker and our back line. They've got him. Now, I shouldn't have raised the line. Okay. Let's try a different change then. Here. So that didn't work, but we will still step up more. So instead, you're going to have to come here and just sit on that defensive midfielder. Okay. Whoa. By the way, where are we? Coloured Sands. Oh, by the way, sorry, I paused the game there. Pause the game. There are some European... Oh, don't even get me started, Coloured Sands. Cyprus, for starters. I know I'm married to a Cypriot, but Cyprus. Luxembourg. And then why have we got Latvia and not Lithuania and Estonia? That one baffles. So, yeah, we've got to have more leagues. Absolutely. Joshua Brown would I'd rather name random border adventure players for 2 hours than play FM. I think we all would. Hungerford have been starved of success. Very good. Got no game, by the way. Very good. Rook. You got good distance. Second level of the... I've missed something there, Rook. Sorry. I've left the chat for so long. I can't remember what we were talking about last. Greeno. African Leagues on Wikipedia is a fun rabbit hole. I bet it is. We're on the ball. Amanchi. Challenge for the ball. Come on. Oh, no. Have another go, son. Have another go. Now, slide it through. Come on, Harps. Go on. Is that offside? That looked marginal. It is offside. That was a bit better, though. That's a bit better. Disappointed to be a goal down here, I have to be honest. It's not a great club we're playing. Can we improve now that we've tweaked things? Here's Preston. Plays it to Harper. Take him on. That's wing play. Go on, son. Now deliver. There we go. That's a long way out to be having a header, Levi. Won a corner, though. Don't get to see it, but I think we've got another one here. A response just before the break would be good. Near post corner's not working anymore, by the way, since the winter update. Every time I ping one to the near post, the player on the near post just heads it straight back to the corner taker and it goes out of play or he's offside. So I've ditched near post corners until I can find a way to get them working more effectively again. So we've got one that's going along the edge of the 6-yard box and then we've got one that's going to the far post. That was a far post one. It did not lead to a chance, unfortunately. 6 shots, 3 on target versus 7 for them, 2 on target. They are deservedly ahead, though, given the XG. We were warned. I made the wrong changes. This is not very good. Get your acts together. Blissett and Amanci not playing well, but we'll leave it personnel-wise. Oh, Liam, hang on a second. Don't do that. Can you help me pick a save to do a Moneyball save with? Ideally, a team that punches above their weight based on their size location. Give us a little more, Liam. Do you mind what country it is? I guess you're looking for somebody, maybe somebody like the Brentford story. So maybe like League One Championship level when you arrive and you could take up. They punch above their weight, as Bournemouth and Brighton have. Are you looking for like a Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford before they reach the Premier League, or do you want to save outside of the UK? Okay. This has worked, I think, in nullifying them, but has also meant that we've kind of dropped out of the game a little bit ourselves. So let's just put you back on that. We need a goal, so let's urge them to be a bit more attacking. And Nathan Blissett's not having a good game. Do you want to bring on Kwame Thomas? No, I'm going to trust Blissett. What I am going to do is take a huge risk, though, purely because if he does get re-injured, I don't think he's going to re-sign for us anyway. We're going to bring Kellen Hickinson on. 10 months since he's had much football. Ideally not in England. Okay, that gives us something to work with, Liam. Ideally not in England. Well, again, going back to Germany, so 1860 Munich would be good. So we've got a corner. Hickinson's on the pitch to take him. Come on, get on the end of that. No. Can't score from corners post-update. Very difficult. And Shackelford fires it over the bar. Looking a little bit impotent in this game. And I'm not using the shouts. I'm very tempted to start screaming at the players. I'm not using the shouts. That was a very poor free kick. Here's your centre-half. Come on, Hickinson. Weave a bit of that magic that you were showing before you broke your leg. Over. Just pass it. Levi. Oh, Levi. You had men in the box there, Levi. First time pass and we were in. Okay. We need to win the ball back. Oh, it's Mamas and the Poppers. Russ Abbott. Get up. Oh, no. Ah, there's the game. There's the game. 73 minutes. That was us being opened up for the first time, really, since this new tactic. And that could well be, by the way, that could well be me trying to get back into the game that's caused this. So I've asked both wingers to be more attacking. There's Harper. And there is, well, I'm guessing that's their right winger and that's their right back. Certainly, you need to be on him. If the ball goes to him, I'm not happy. Okay, now you're on him. Yeah. So between the two, maybe he's not giving his fullback enough support because now I'm asking him to attack more. Because this is where the goal happens. Oh, no, it doesn't. He was free, but it doesn't. It's just poor defensive play there, isn't it? Let's go back a bit more. Mamas and the Poppers went for a little run there, didn't he? So they've got the ball between their right back and their right winger. Mamas and the Poppers. He gets the ball fed back to him here. Right. So I'm not unhappy about that. That's fine. I'm unhappy about that. Now, maybe I did have players doing the right thing, and if he'd have just cleared his header, that wouldn't have gone in. Apologies. Anyway, sorry, I was just trying to do a little bit of diagnostic work there. What else have we got? You rascals have been busy. Sorry. So, Coloured Sounds, Toulouse could be a good shout. Liam, or maybe a team that suffered financial hardship, Kingstonian. I've nearly bankrupted them, Liam. Isaac Cadiz, TaylorMade Gaming, Union Berlin, punching well above their weight. Schalke is a great shout. Werder Bremen, maybe. Losing 1-0 and on cautious. Oh, hang on. What's happened here? They just had a man sent off. Yeah, we are losing 1-0 and we were on cautious. We were on cautious because I backed the boys to get back into the game, but I've upped it to balance now, so I've completely left the handbrake off now. Devil may care. They're down to 10 men. Is there a chance to do something? Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Let's see. In fact, let's really see. No. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Corner time. Be a very late comeback. Hickinson. I'd take it quick, son, to be honest. I can't score from corners anymore. Find it very difficult since the update. Corners have been nerfed because people are scoring too much from them. Now, I'm not getting a lot of joy from corners at all. Just not getting efforts on target from them. Yeah. Poor. Got to remember, I've got some very, very good jumpers in the team. Not knitted ones, but physical ones. I might have some good knitwear in the side as well. That could well be right, but... Oh, Harps. That's not very good either, is it? Need a winner here as well. Okay, now you're winning your hellers. Rollinson. Let's run the show a little bit. And again, because we've got those advanced wide players, our fullbacks are left very exposed. Bad day at the office for the boys here. We've got one more game of the season left. Let's not go 0-3, by the way, to 10 men. That would be poor. Here's Wiley Coyote. Back to Davidson. What is this highlight? This is just the end of the game highlight, isn't it, here? Oh, dear. Such poor play. Anyway, look, if I could trouble you for a moment, I'm sure you're busy discussing, well, knitted jumpers now, as it would seem. We need to have a little think about DNA for next season. And I'd love your opinions on this, because this is what I'm thinking. So I want to be physical. I want to be combative. Ideally, I'd love to be all things, but at this level and with our budgets, we can't be all things. So here's what I'm thinking for my DNA. Only signing players. Brace yourselves. Only signing players with jumping reach and strength of 12 or higher. Now, within that, I would like some players who are really very good. So I want centre-backs with jumping reach of 14, 15, 16. I would like forwards the same. But I'm also thinking about maybe making it a stipulation that, full-back central midfielders and wingers also have good jumping reach. And my rationale is we are a very aerial team. We get crosses into the box. Border happy, by the way. No new contract, but border happy. Yeah, we're very aerial. So, just having a target forward that's good in the air is probably not really enough for me. I need their strike partner to be good in the air as well. And for wingers coming in at the back post on the end of crosses, it would be useful if they were, at least reasonable in the air as well. We've conceded a bucket load of goals this season from indirect free kicks and defensive corners. So defensively, it would be, preferable if we were good in the air. So I'm thinking strength and jumping reach are two of my key recruitment metrics. And then I'm also thinking of going back to my old favourites of work rate and teamwork, because I want these boys to really work hard. And then bravery and determination as well. And if anybody's got anything technical about them, it's a pure bonus. So I'm thinking strength and jumping reach. And I'm adding to it. I'm getting greedy as I go. Maybe stamina as well. Strength, jumping reach, stamina, run all day, work hard, work rate, teamwork, determination, bravery. Oh, hello. Levi Amanci. Did they not see his last game? By the way, Levi, I think, is on non-contract terms, so he could still be with us next year. So has he got the strength? Just. It's not 12, but it's just about there. Has he got the stamina? No. Has he got the jumping reach? Yes. But he's quick, so he'd be our poacher. 6'6", jumping reach of 15, poacher with potentially, oh, look who was runner-up, Nathan Blissett or a younger model, because we're going to be 36, Nathan. You know, jumping reach of 17, strength I want to be higher. But look at that teamwork, work rate, determination, bravery. I like it. 10 to 12 for all of those, I'm thinking. Anyway, sorry, I've got far too behind on the chat. Forgive me. What else have we got here? I'm going way back here. Jebaru, what an atmosphere. You love a party with a friendly atmosphere. Struggling from corners. Thank you, Jeb. I'm glad somebody, well, I'm not glad that you are, but I'm glad somebody else is experiencing the same as me. And Got No Game is. Thank you. Okay, it's a thing. They've got to sort this out with another little mini update, haven't they? There was a mini update yesterday because they crashed everybody's save, so you never know. Joshua Brown, Laurit Haliti wouldn't have got skinned like that, although we'd go clubbing to celebrate. You make a strong point. Neil Bathgate, find the players make more mistakes when their condition is low, especially in defence. Maybe that was the problem with our centre-back there. Jeb conceded 3 goals from corners in your first 2 games, so the opposition aren't having a problem with them. Corners are more realistic now, thus boring, yes. Knitted jumpers are physical. Yes, they are not an abstract concept. As mentioned on this week's FNT podcast, Premier League has a 15% scoring record on corners. Jeb, I didn't know that you did a podcast. Is that the Football Manager Therapy podcast, available from wherever you subscribe to your latest podcast? Is that the one? Is it also available on YouTube for people to watch, like and subscribe, Jeb? Is that the one? Cheap plug? No. Football Manager Therapy, cheap plug, never. Rook, clearly your team is having aerial issues, so not about... Thank you, Rook, yes. Sean Hammond, very aerial... No, Sean! No, I don't want to be very, very long ball. I just want to get the ball out wide and deliver, but I also want to be able to head away the opposition's delivery. Not long ball, can't stress that enough. Isaac. If you're looking for counter-attacking football, stamina. Thank you, Isaac, and this is why you're here. How about all the attributes? It's an option. I think we'd probably have all the... Oh, I've already pressed continue. We're going unchanged then. All of the attributes, if they were 1 or higher, we might be able to do. Liam, any UK-based teams for Moneyball before I put them all into a list and you pick one at random? Same criteria, small city. Or what about Sheffield Wednesday, Liam? Birmingham is perfect. Birmingham are never perfect, Liam. Never. Harrogate. Sheffield Wednesday's got to be a shout, hasn't it? Bolton Wanderers. It's got to be a shout. If you want to go really... nah. If you want to go really low, Notts County. Oldest professional football club in the world. Not oldest football club, but oldest professional one. Diagonal long balls. Yes, Sean. Now you're with me, Sean. Now you're on message. Joshua Brown, they're called podcatchers and people should use that word, podcatchers. Considering that 13.6% of goals in the Premier League across the last 5 seasons have been from corner situations, it's worth maximising your threat from them. This season, the rate is 15.8. If you don't want to budget, Morecambe. Yeah, you got it now, Sean. Diagonal long balls. Yeah, from a left full back to a right winger. Oh, that's what we're going for. Okay, final game of the season. Want to see a marked improvement. I'd also like to see Kellen Hickinson on the pitch by half time. And we're taking on Hornchurch, who I think are relegated. And are they wearing bibs or have they come dressed as jockeys? What on earth have they turned up in? That's ridiculous. Good Lord. They're already relegated. They've just come in pantomime gear. That was a good header, though. indirect free kicks we can still do something from. Preston plays with the corner, with the free kick as well, I think. Nice cheap goal. I do like a cheap set piece goal to get you going. They're wearing bibs. What on earth have you come dressed as, Hornchurch? Good Lord. Here we go. We look more up for it today than we were. I know we're playing a worse team today, but Nathan Blissett, 72 years. Age is not a barrier to that man. Look at him. He's limber. He's got elastic in those legs. Levi, did you set him up? No. Who was that the left back? It was Preston again. Double assists for Preston. Simon, you have an article open, but only 4% of corners. Oh. Takeaway game. Could go Cambridge. Oh, Cambridge or Oxford. Both fabulous shouts, by the way. Big cities. 5 wins from 6 to end the season. Well, hold on. Possibly, Isaac. Possibly. Work to do in this one. Work to do. But I feel a little bit of anger towards Hornchurch because of their kits. They offend me, to be honest. Oh, 2 assists, but when he cuts back in onto his right foot. Oh, no. Oh, no, Preston. No. Small teams, big cities. Simon Thornley. Bristol Rovers. Great shout. Their kit was in the wash. I think we've lent them our training gear. Blissett reminding you of prime German Dennis. From your my FIFA days were back in like 2001. Beckham was playing. Come on, Shex. Attack your fullback now. Then deliver. This is what we mean, Sean. That's what we mean by wanting good aerial players. There we go. Wide delivery is what we're after. That's why having a 6'6" jumping reach of 15 poacher is useful. What's just happened there? That's a corner, is it? Come on. Are we going to buck the trend and score a goal from a corner? How many men do you lot have in the box for corners, by the way? I've got 6. And then I've got 2 on the edge. Tell me what your setups are. Oh, that was an odd little header. Good first half here. Harper not playing quite so well, and Manchi not playing quite so well. But don't get complacent. Go out and score a third. Very good. Jesse, you're off to do some work. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, we're all off to do some work soon, Jesse. Great stream. Thanks for the ideas. Enjoy the rest of the day. Jesse, you're never anything short of an absolute treasure every time you come. Hopefully, we'll see you on Friday. Talis Preston went for the conversion there. Yeah, it was high, and it was not very handsome, was it? Here's Deacon in blue. Oh, don't punch there. Goodness me. Goalkeepers are on the list, by the way. I signed 3 for this season, and none of them have been great. Look at Harper, though. He's jinking. Did he try a little trick there? Now some delivery. Come on, Preston. Oh, that's the chance. We have 3 men in the box for that as well. That's the counter-attacking little break we're after. They got a play called Horsey. Oh, no, that's not Dakari Sheriff, is it? Hold everything. Hold everything. Have they got Dakari Sheriff up front? Oh. Okay, we're getting a bit strung out now, aren't we? Up and under. Get it away. Ooh, okay. Time to assess what's going on here. Opposition. Who are you? It is. It's Dakari Sheriff, former Kettering Town hitman. Oh, what a player. What a player. Oh. Carling don't make footballers, but if they did. They're playing a 4-4-2. Why are we having so much problems in that slot then? Maybe it's just a couple of rogue highlights. Let's see what they do next. 2-goal advantage. I mean, they've only had 4 shots, but an XG of 0.45 at the moment. Have we got players that are getting tired in midfield? McGlinchey is a little. So that's the obvious move. Get the Hickinson on. I feel like, what are we saying then? Is this 6 from 7 if we win this game? That's a decent end to the season. That's promotion form. But it's promotion form with players who I don't think... Oh, hold your horses. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Promotion form with players I don't think are going to be here next season. In fact, let's cancel this. How have they just scored that goal? Brilliant play from Alcock. All right, don't milk it, son. Come on. You're relegated. Okay. Alcock. Right. So our midfield 2 are too deep against those two, and our strikers aren't back. And it's just a punt behind our defence. And they've scored. So it's these two. And they are deep, aren't they? So that would make sense. And we go press tighter, harder. And forgive me. I want to try and shut this game down if I can. Toddlecock. Here we go. Let's see if we can shut that down then. Try and get another one on the break. Look at the momentum. It's definitely shifted. I spotted it. I gave it a bit longer and I probably shouldn't have. We're in though. Levi. Good effort. 10 minutes to see out. Let's do this as well. 10 minutes to see out. Okay. Less than that to see out. 88. Well, we didn't get there. Didn't get there. That's a nothing ball. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Oh, okay. All right. There's Blissett. That's good. That's good. Now play wide. And now attack your fullback. Go on. Go on. Like you mean it. And there you go. Deliver. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Perfect. That's the chance we're trying to create. Only one up front now. Look at that. By the way, look at that. Made the changes. Momentum's come back to us. Let's not be too arrogant, though. There we go. Oh. Sarah Marshall. Oh, we've won it and lost it. Win it again. We have twice. Now the ball's got to go up the field. Oh, no. You're getting it straight back to them. Okay. Good header. Good header. Let's break. Okay. You need options out wide. There he is. Oh, that's a good early ball. Come on, Levi. Finish the season. No. No. It's a good break. Oh, no. Oh, no, he's up. He's all right. He's just messing. Go on then, Levi. Oh, no, you've headed it straight to Deacon in blue. Shut him down. Yeah, I'll let you shoot from there if you're under pressure. I don't want a free shot from there, but if you're under pressure, you go for it, son. Come on then, ref. Come on then, ref. We're done now, aren't we? Come on. Come on. Let's finish with a win. Come on, ref. It's got to be to your lips now, hasn't it? Send him up, Asagi. That's the one. Go long. There you go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Oh, little tour around the pitch. You think you deserve that, boys? Not sure about that. Very happy. Not being at our best. I thought we were fine. No, let's finish on a high. And you lot have been busy again, haven't you? Joshua Brown, 6 men in the box. Yeah, 6 men. And 7th in Gerard's office. Llama Queen, it's going well, Llama Queen. We've won 6 of the last 7, which is good. Harper's cosplaying as Eddie Stowe Bartley. That was who were we managing? Luzerne. That was Luzerne, wasn't it there? Sean, Devon in blue showing some dignity. Wolf Tracks, seems like you're good for fullbacks and wingers. Need to upgrade the strikers and the defence. Wolf, we've got 5 minutes here. We've got 5 minutes. I like Shackelford and Harper, and I'll tell you for why. They're both fullbacks, and I like having fullbacks in front of my fullbacks because they help in the defensive phases of play. I know they're not brilliant fullbacks, but you know the positioning, the tackling, the marking, it's reasonable, and they offer a bit going forward. So I would like to keep them, but they are both on contracts, and at the moment I can't offer any contracts because the board say we're £3,000 a week above our budget for next season. So I'm fearful of getting any of these players to commit to new deals because I can only offer them £1 a week at the moment. Levi will certainly be here as long as nobody comes in and poaches him at 25 years old. I like Levi. 12 in 19 starts. He had a very bad injury. Maybe as a backup, but I like him. I'd love to get McGlinchey to sign a new deal. £400 a week. That's not likely. I'd love to get Kellen Hickinson to sign a new deal. £450 a week. That's not likely either. I'd like to get potentially Bodnar back in on loan. Or maybe an upgrade. I quite like Heath, you know, he's had a good season, 7.04. As had George James, Milner Smith, a bit slow. Maybe we could upgrade. Maybe you're right, Wolf. Maybe in the defence. Isaac, time for a sub at centre-back. It's a bit late, Isaac. Sorry. You could well be right, though. They were getting a bit tired, weren't they? Wolf, they drew your players up the pitch and then punted it over their heads. Keep the midfielders back somehow. Well, I think we shut them down, Wolf, by bringing in Blissett as a number 10. That seemed to do the trick. Nathan Marsh, what height do you have on your camera or sideline view? I have them both pulled. I have the zoom in as far as it will go and the height down as far as it will go. And I'm on sideline view, Nathan. Simon, missed the French wingers. We went for David Ginola and Laurent Robert. Good choices, I think. Liam, the team has been drawn. You're going Oxford United. Time to do some digging into their history. League Cup winners in the 80s, I think, weren't they? Is that right? They're John Aldridge, Ray Houghton. Good team. Joshua Brown, remember the 4th FM Llama rule. When in doubt, sign Peter Wright on loan. I would love to. As a ball-winning midfielder, he was a new gen though, wasn't he? Partnering him with Finn Ott would be a dream, JB. Did I not say Robert Perez? Did I say Laurent Robert? Sorry. I got my Roberts the wrong way round. It was Robert Perez, not Laurent Robert. I think 2 good wingers, but we have got huge decisions to make on Friday in the stream because we're going to have to pick 3 central midfielders, and I think there are a lot of options, but we've got 48 hours before that comes an issue. Thank you to everybody, by the way, who has jumped in this afternoon. 240 of you in total. What a fabulous amount of people on a Wednesday afternoon. Thank you very much to everybody that's joined us. You are absolute legends, one and all. We're going to see you on Friday. It's a fabulous day to be streaming on Friday because we're going to cruise our way into the weekend. We are going to have done a little bit of business by then. I could be a little bit emotional if the transfer window has gone badly, or spirits could be high if I've managed to get in some players that might be able to help us, because next season, it's got to be better than mid-table next season. And it all starts on Friday.